from MakeupInSFC. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thank you for coming by. If you want to see more videos from me, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. So today I wanted to share some of my current favorites. I'm really bad at monthly favorites just because I use sort of the same things for a really long time and I don't really change things up. But when I do want to share them with you, so I think current favorites are a little bit more appropriate. So if you're interested in what I've been loving right now, then please keep on watching. And then some of these things I love exactly for fall, so I thought maybe it could be a fall favorites. We'll see. So yes, let's get started. When it's fall time or just it's starting to get colder, I like to nourish my skin, so I just want to make sure that everything I'm using is just really moisturizing, just because I'm prone to eczema and things like that, and so sometimes my dry flakes get drier and things like that. So I'm really bad at moisturizing in general. I don't wear lotions and I'm really bad at it, but I have been enjoying this product from Jergens, and so this was gifted to me from Gen Beauty, and this is a Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer. It locks in hydration at skin's peak moisture moment for visibly healthier skin. I like this because it makes total sense. So when we wash our face, the time when your skin is most absorbent to moisture is when your pores are open. And so this makes complete sense because then you moisturize when you're in the shower. The best thing about this is that I don't feel sticky. When I wear lotions, my pet peeve is putting on clothes after putting on lotion because I feel like I'm just squishing the product in between my clothes and it's just the most uncomfortable feeling. So if you want to moisturize in the shower, I think this is a really great alternative because it feels like it's not an extra step, but you are doing what you need to do to keep your body moisturized. And then I don't feel like it is a sticky texture on the skin. It feels smoothing, it feels supple, and I think it works really well. This one is the argan oil. I just got the Monoi oil and the coconut oil one, so I bought some of my own and I think I really like this stuff, and I'm actually staying moisturized in the fall and winter. On to other bodily things. My sister actually turned me on to this product, and this is the Degree Motion Sense Dry Spray, and so this is something that I was not used to. I hadn't used an aerosol deodorant before, and I really liked the idea of this because it doesn't break. My deodorants have been annoying the crap out of me because every time it gets to that certain point where it's like too thin, it breaks off and kept falling out, and I don't always make it to the store to buy deodorant. So I decided to try this, and it's really cool because you can just spray it. So let's try. Oh, missed. There you go. You can kind of taste it. Okay, so because it is an aerosol, it kind of dries better. It doesn't, supposedly this one does not stick onto clothes, because I also don't like it when deodorant gets onto your really nice clothing or just like right in the armpit area. And so this doesn't leave any residue, not that I've seen. And I think it makes me seem fresher throughout the day, so I don't feel like I'm perspiring as much. So I've been enjoying this. This scent, however, is the Ultra Clear Black and Clean, Pure Clean Smell. It's not my favorite. It's a little bit more of a powdery finish. And so I just bought this one today. This is the Sexy Intrigue one. So I think this one is a little bit sweeter. So I'm gonna try this one out when this one's done. Or I'll give this to my sister and then I'll just use this one. But I like these a lot. Very inexpensive. I think they're like $4.49 to about $5 depending on where you get it. I really am waiting for Costco to make this a value pack so that I can get them for like half the price. But yeah, I mean, it's deodorant, whatever. On to skincare. I think if you have watched my latest skincare video, I will link it up here or down below. I have shown you that it is that time of the year where your skin gets really dry and dehydrated, so you have to kind of transition your skincare from the summer skincare to the fall skincare. If you'd like any tips and tricks, I will link my skincare playlist also up here or down below. I always change up my products, but there are a few products that I always use, or the types of products. So if you're interested in what I like, I say too much about skincare in those videos, so go ahead and check those out. Thankfully, Skin Fix is so kind to me, and so they send me these products, but I've legit bought these products on my own too, so I know how good they are around this time of year. If you watched some of my videos from last year, I did have some of the same products. This is the hydrating lotion. It is perfect for when you want a lightweight moisturizer that just has a little bit more moisture to quench your skin, because some of my aloes just don't cut it for this time of year, because I will get dry patches around my nose, and that isn't flattering when you're trying to put on makeup over it. So this is a really good one. Skin Fix can be sold at Targets, Ulta's, so it is accessible. It's a little bit more steep than some of your other skincare, but if you look at it compared to other high-end skincare, it is a really good brand to look into, especially if you're looking for that moisture. At night, I do like this. This is the moisture serum. I like to layer this with some of my other serums from The Ordinary. I take a pump of this at night, and it is so thick that I think it just makes my skin really plump the next day, because I'm just boosting my face. Oh, that's why it's called Boost, Moisture Boost Serum, because it just boosts my skin with, you know, some moisture. So doing all of that moisture packing at night really helps my skin feel nice and supple in the morning, so that's something to consider. So this one is a new product. I only got it maybe last week, but I already knew that this was amazing because I used it and it was the only product that I really changed out of my rotation, and so I knew that what this did in combination with my other stuff really made a difference. This is the Calm and Repair Sleeping Mask. And this is a huge tub, like, there's a lot of mask in here, let me tell you. It looks green and creamy. You can wake up to calm and restored skin, formulated for those who are prone to redness, blotchiness, and even rosacea. It's a mask that you can put on at night, and then when you wake up in the morning, your skin looks amazing. So I had a lot of these like clogged pores that were right here, and they were bugging me for about a month. It was like I kept squeezing them out, but they just weren't clear yet, and something was clogging my skin, and I didn't know and couldn't pinpoint what it was. And this mask came to me in the mail, and so I was like, I need to pamper my skin. I need to give it a little something because it's going through the ringer. So I had done that video that I was talking about, and I used this mask, and it was so good. It came at the perfect time, just smoothed over those bumps, sort of relaxed and like calmed those little red bumps that I had created myself. And you know, I woke up with better, just soothed skin. I really enjoyed this mask. I will link it down below, and I'll also link the other products. I have started using my Clarisonic again, and so that's usually how I exfoliate and take off my makeup at night. But I did want to share this product. This is the Derma E Essentials Micro Dermabrasion Scrub. And so this right here you can get at Ulta. This too was given to me, but it actually took me like a little under a year to finally use it, just because I was going through some of my products and I hadn't had a chance to try this. This smells really citrusy. It is vegan and GMO free. If that's something that's important to you, I think that's really nice. This brand especially is all about ethical beauty, and if you're looking for something that really takes into the conscious care of your skin and the ingredients that they use in it, this is a good brand. It is on the semi-pricey side for something that you can find at Ulta, but I think it's worth it because they're really quality stuff. This microdermabrasion scrub has tiny little particles that are so fine that they don't feel like they're too abrasive on the skin. Like if you're familiar with that scrub, what is that scrub called? Everybody used to use it. It was like peaches or apricot. It was the apricot scrub. That one is just the granules are too rough, and if you press too hard, it just would break the skin. So you can rub it onto the skin, and it actually says like the lighter the pressure, the better. So when you are rubbing it into the skin, you can kind of just slop off all of those dead skin cells. And I only use it twice a week just because I exfoliate regularly, and so I don't want to do too much. And this is one of the things that I can just do every once in a while when I feel like my skin is just not as bright as it could be, because then when you take off the dead skin cells, it reveals new, beautiful skin. So this is really nice, and it smells really good. Like I think it smells like, whoop, hello. I don't know, it smells like a spa. And yeah, just it's nice stuff. It comes in a little glass jar, so it's super fancy. This I got from Skin Food. This is the watermelon mask, and so this is also for soothing. It smells like watermelon. I got this because there's a Korean mask that's a little bit more pricey that is also marketed the same, like it's an overnight sleep mask for soothing, and I think it runs like $40. If I remember what it is, I'll put like a little picture right here and link it down below. And so I just, on a fluke, I looked up watermelon mask Korean, and then this popped up, and this doesn't have the same ingredients. It doesn't say that it's going to do the same thing, but it was much cheaper. I think it was $13, and the fact that it smells like watermelon and it's not like off-putting was really nice, and so I wanted to try it, and I think it does really nice things, especially if you're soothing. It's kind of like using a sheet mask without the sheet. Well, I just keep it on for 15 minutes and then take it off. I also use this in my latest skincare video, so it goes on clear and it just pretty much just keeps your face moisturized. So I like this a lot. And if it means I can practice using this until I end up trying that more expensive mask, then I'm totally down with that. So around this time of year, my lips just get so messed up just because it's dry and I don't always have time to wear chapstick. I don't know, I'm just a hot mess. But at night, after I do all my skincare, I like to use this Dela Cruz vitamin E oil. So I just use a little bit of this on a little cotton swab and I'll just put it all over my lips, and the next day my lips feel nice and moisturized and it's just super dense and oily and I love it. So there are nights when I'm very, very lazy, and as much as I would love to do my extensive skincare routine, sometimes I don't get a chance to do that. And so if I do, I don't do this as often, but I will use a makeup wipe. And the ones that I've been liking lately are the Garnier micellar ones. And so regularly they have that bottle, you can get a cotton round, pour some in, and then just kind of like wipe your face off. These ones already have little wipes that are already saturated in the micellar water, and so it's nice because after I take off my makeup, I don't feel like my face is really dry, so I don't have to get up and put oils on my face because that's usually how I sleep. And then number two, I like it because it actually takes everything off really nicely, even like mascara and eyelash glue. So haha, really good stuff if you are super lazy and you just want to take off your makeup hella fast. I don't know if I've mentioned this in a previous favorites, but I'll mention it now. These are the Shiseido facial cotton. Now, this is really fancy facial cotton, like you don't need this, but I feel like it is really soft and cotton-like because I have skimped on these and gotten the really cheap ones, and I feel like it absorbs too much of the product, especially when you're using like skin essences from Korean brands or toners and stuff like that. These ones I feel like don't trap too much of the product and it just holds it in place, and then when you are ready to wipe it on your skin, it does transfer over. And because it's cotton and it's soft, it's not tugging at your skin, and it just makes everything, you know, smoothed out really well. I'm really cheap, so this is $9 I think at Sephora, and I ripped them in half, so I get twice as much. So I think in one pack you get 165 sheets, and so I ripped them in half like this so that I have the smooth side to rub on my skin, and then I get to use the other half because I don't think it really makes sense to like use one whole cotton pad for one night. So I use one in the morning, one at night. I mean, that's gonna double this no matter what. And so I really like these, so in case you want a fancy cotton, this is from Shiseido. If you've watched any of my latest makeup tutorials, this is something that I use in every single one. The great part about it is you can prime and then you can set. So this is like a 2-in-1. They actually make it a 3-in-1 because I don't know how you could correct, but it says correct. The only thing that sucks about this is that you can't find it in store. It's never in stock whenever I'm looking for it, and they basically force you to buy it online. So I'm about to finish it. I don't think I'm going to repurchase because I do have some other priming products that I want to get to. So if you are interested in one of these, this is a really good one. I think it's like $11 depending on where you get it. This one is more of a natural finish. I think they may have just come out with a matte one, but I like this one too because I like my skin to look like skin. And so any setting spray that you use is just supposed to settle the powder, especially for someone like me. I put powder on so I can set everything, but I still want it to look natural. So I'll spray at the end so that it just sort of settles, and then I take a sponge and I sort of just tap it out like this, like to blend it all in. This one I got because that one is not as available, and I remember that I really, really like it. So I like anything from the photo focus section of Wet n Wild, and this is the Natural Finish Pro Setting Spray, and it is what it is. It is a setting spray. It's really good. The nozzle is awesome on this. It just sprays so evenly. It's a mist, and so that's great. And it's $4.99. So it's a really small bottle. It comes with 1.52 fluid ounces, but because it's $4.99, I mean, it doesn't make you feel bad when you buy it. So this is available almost everywhere Wet n Wild is sold, so Target, or you can get it at Walgreens, CVS, anywhere. So this is always available, so good job. I know I've used this in tutorials, but I don't think I've said how much I like this. This is the No Problem Primer from Touch in Sol. This stuff is really, really nice. Actually, I think I remember talking about this. Was it a favorites video? I don't know. I won't talk about it too much. I will say it's just really awesome. It's $16. It's at Sephora. It's great at priming because it does smooth over the pores. It doesn't do too much for the longevity of makeup, but it's nice for what it does. The other primer that I've been loving is the Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Primer. This is the original one. Again, I got gifted this and it's been sitting in my drawer for like a year and I hadn't tried it yet. I think I've tried the purple one and maybe the green one, but this one I was like, oh, okay, so it's the classic one. I honestly just want to use it so I don't, you know, waste it. And so I tried it and I was like, hey, you know, this is actually pretty nice because it just keeps the makeup on that much longer, and it's a big size, so I ain't mad at that. I don't think I'm gonna get through these primers like at all. I actually use them together just because this one doesn't do too much for pore minimizing, but the other one does. But this one does increase the longevity of my makeup. But I will show you my foundations because I think that has made a difference in longevity. So the moral of the story that I'm about to tell you is that you don't have to pay a lot in order to look great. So one of my favorite foundations of all time, and I know this for a fact, is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is in the shade Desert Beige. This foundation on its own is beautiful. It's lightweight, but it does have great coverage. It makes your face look beautiful, just filtered, but not fake looking, because you will look great in all of your pictures, no matter what. If it's flash photography, daylight, indoor, outdoor, it's tested 7 times or something. Like it's marketed to be a photo-ready foundation. Influencer gave me these foundations. So this is the Power Fabric Foundation, and I have it in the colors 7.5 and 8. These ones are matte foundations. I got them in my summer shade. I think I can wear this one now. On its own, I didn't like this foundation as much as I thought I would like it because of how expensive it is. But with my Wet n Wild foundation, it's perfect. Like, it looks great. It keeps me matte, demi-matte all day, like a natural finish. And then it just looks great in pictures and great in person. And I remember getting so many compliments on my face whenever I wore this combination. And so it's just bomb. But the Wet n Wild made this one 10 times better. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy another foundation. I don't need it. I just got 2. And then I got like another backup of this because I love it so much. And then Fenty Beauty came out and I was like, damn it. So Fenty Beauty came out and everybody was raving about it. And I was like, well, I kind of want to make my own decisions about it. I went to my local Sephora, got color matched, and then I found out I was number 300. And because it's a pro filter matte foundation, I was like, okay, I gotta test this. If this works on me, I could solve everything about my face. Because what happens is I do get oily even if I wear matte foundations. It'll like show up around my nose, which isn't like horrible because it doesn't break up. It just gets glowy. And so again, it was one of those things. I tried it all day and it didn't exceed my expectations because I noticed that I was getting oily, and I was like, you know what? Every foundation is gonna do this. I just really should just accept it, right? Then I put my Wet n Wild foundation with it, and again, saves the day, makes it amazing. So these two have been my go-to for many weeks now, and so I just love it. So if you are somewhere within my skin tone range, definitely check this out. This is 300 and it oxidizes just the littlest of a bit. And so this one sort of tames it because it's like a lighter yellowish tone, but still that sort of tan color. So I've been putting that together and it's been bomb. Like, I'm so mad I like it. Yeah. Anyway, so those are so my favorite eyeshadow combination right now is something that's just matte and smoky and fall. And then I will add a little bit of shimmer. So I've been using my melt stacks. And so I have Rust, where all the colors are just perfect for fall. This is my Rust stack. This is Rot, Rust, Antique, Classic, and Rubbish. Any of these colors together I will just mix to make that perfect matte smoky eye. And then just to bring a little bit of life into it, sometimes I'll use Enigma, and that's in the Dark Matter stack. And again, some of these colors just go really nicely together so that I can just make like the perfect smoky eye. If I'm content with just keeping it matte, then I'll use those. Then if not, I will use this shade right here, which is called Emily, or I'll use this one from my Haze stack, and it's called Bogart. So Bogart looks like this just shimmery golden peach shade. It's super crumbly, that's the only thing I don't like about it, but the color is beautiful. It just looks like melted like gold. So yes, those are all of my favorites. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked any of the products, I will list them down below. And if you have any suggestions for products that I should try, definitely comment, because then I'd love to see. And then I can give myself a better idea of what kind of videos you are all interested in. So I will catch you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.